welcome to another episode of The Goddess Honest Truth. I am Za, the Goddess, and we are here to discuss all things life, love, and bullshit. The last time we were here with my good friend talking about trust after trauma, and that brings a lot to my mind about trust. As you probably know, I've had my share of trauma, as we probably all have, and it makes me think of how hard it's been for me in my own personal life and journey to be able to actually trust people. And that goes back to the beginning of my time here. Many times in my life where I feel, or know rather, that people were supposed to be there to protect me and guide me and show me love. They failed to do so. And in that reality, I have had a hard time trusting anyone. And although that's been my truth in the past, and it's been very true, I don't choose to keep that same mindset going forward. I don't know really what's going to change that other than my own mindset, but I am going to try. And as Gandhi says, to be the change that you want to see in the world, I try to live that every single day. Show up and lead by example of how you should treat people the way that you want to be treated. That's my religion. And sometimes those feelings are not reciprocated, and I want that to change. There's been a lot going on in the world, and as a collective whole, it's been a lot of tomfoolery and betrayal and dishonesty and trickery, and being connected to source. It's very evident to me how much so the tomfoolery how much it's been going on, right? And it's a gift and a curse to be able to see through the bullshit. And it can be a very isolating space. And tiring as well. One thing there's a couple of things that brought me to this conversation today, other than the last conversation with my friend the other day, with trust after trauma. It makes me think about a lot of the things that I went through as a child that molded me, or my idea or ideal knowledge of trusting, or the lack thereof. And it's kind of a sad story, and it's not comfortable either. It's not comfortable for me, but I feel like sometimes you have to be in uncomfortable spaces to grow. And I know that I'm on the precipice of growing exponentially at this moment. And so I'm here for that. However that might divulge, however it might unfold. But it's very uncomfortable at this point. Reading some of the comments that go on these memes and stuff that I see on social media, in all honesty, it just makes me feel like, where are we as a community? And if and when we do, like, if we end up in some type of war or some shit, like, a lot of people, to be honest, I don't want y'all on my team because it's like, a lot of y'all soft or just like narrow minded and just like refuse to dig deeper and find out what's really going on out here and take everything as face value and believe those powers that be. And that's how they end up being the powers that be, is because we give them the power that we should have ourselves. It's mad annoying. It's very annoying. And then when I read comments and I hear people talking shit about other people, it's very annoying. Um, and it's so funny how they talk about like social media gangsters, like the stuff that you feel so free to type out. What are the odds that you would say that to someone's face? And so it's like I'm putting myself out there to connect to certain people that need to hear my voice, but then the potential backlash of that is like disheartening and annoying. But it is what it is, right? Um, that brings me to a whole nother topic of everybody knows about the Cat Williams drama that, that ensued on the internets and the backdraft of that, and how all of these other people, these comedians or people in the industry, have had something to say about what he said. Not too many of them have called him a liar other than talking about the books he's read, but everybody has their opinion, but what are the odds that they would say that to his face, right? So I went to a very intimate comedy show a few weeks ago, which was dope as hell. But towards the end, everybody kept saying, like, put your phones away. If you get on your phone, then our special guest is gonna leave, and if our special guest leaves, then you're gonna have to leave, and you're not gonna be welcome back. And so I'm like, I wonder who this is. Like, I'm like, is it Cat? It was Dave Chappelle. That was an honor to be able to be in that intimate space and see him and hear him and, all of that. That was dope to me. But in all honesty, I feel like they did not want the cameras rolling because in one instance, while he's praising Cat for being a genius, on the other hand, he was talking shit behind his back. And it's like, okay, I wish that I would be able to have y'all in the same room so I can see if you would say that same thing to his face, And I feel like it's just, the world is filled with so many cowards, and that ticks me off. Something's got to change, you know what I mean? And so with that story, it makes me think about people in my own life. I have always been the type, I'm very introverted, right? And so I have my times of being extroverted or put myself out there. And so I think those are the more notable moments, and people judge me based upon those moments, but don't really know the inside story or care to find out. And that's fine. It is what it is. But I've learned that in me not being so, in me not caring what other people think, there's been an ongoing narrative about me. And a lot of these people are wrong as hell, and I just don't care to explain myself, but that just, it all goes together, right? Like, as a whole, people won't get to know you or find the real scoop or the inside story on who you are. Get to know you, your weaknesses, your strengths, your all of that. But go listen to somebody else's opinion of you and run and tell that shit, that makes me want to isolate. It makes me want to block y'all. It makes me want to shut down. And then in other instances, I have a friend who she's dope to me. She's a friend. She's been a friend. But I know that I have had to pull back from her because in meeting other people that she has kind of introduced me to, they will end up telling me, well, I heard about this in regards to you or your situation. So that's not cool. It's not cool. Like, what part of my business is your business to tell? So I say all of this to say, like, we got to do better. We have to do better as a community, as a collective, as an individual. Um, and I try to lead by example. Like, if you tell me something, I'm going to hold on to that. If I tell your business, it's because I would say that to your face. And I have. If you ask my opinion on something, I'm going to think about it. I'm going to pray about it. And then I'm going to give you my opinion. I'm not just going to be out here willy-nilly just like spreading stories and spreading lies or spreading my opinion about you and all of that unless I've told you about it myself. And if you come ask me, I'm going to tell you. But all this, it has to stop. Like, we just got to do better as a whole. Again, I try to teach my kids, like, treat people the way you want to be treated in this world. At the end of the day, like I've said before, my funeral is going to be packed, and it's going to be interesting to y'all, the ones who are going to be there, to find out what they're going to have to say about Ty. What are they going to have to say about me? Other than that, she's a great stylist, and that's been another thing that has affected me in some of my lowest moments. It's like I have probably styled 95% of the people that are in my life, my whole life since I was a little girl, right? And although that is a great thing, it's a blessing, and it's a dope role to have. It hurts to find out that at the end of the day, if something is really bothering me, if I really need to talk to somebody, who can I really talk to? And would you fuck with me if I didn't do your hair? That's real. And that sucks. And so I don't know if I'm trying to be counterproductive by pulling my energy back before I feel away. That's what my comfort zone has been, is to just pull back and just not put myself out there because I'm watching. I'm watching and I'm listening. And a lot of these people are whack as hell. Y'all whack. So I implore you to do better. I'm gonna do better too. I'm going to go forward in trusting myself enough to only allow certain people in my space that mean me well as my children, my business, my future. If you know me, then you know that everything that I do is not just for me. It's for the collective. It's for everyone that's in my space. Unfortunately, everybody can't go with you. I've had to learn that the hard way, because I try to like grab everybody, like, let's go, but that's not reality. It sucks, but I'm going to do better. I'm going to do better, and I implore you to do better as well. If you have somebody in your corner that you can say, I truly trust them, I trust them with every part of me, then hold those people close to you and be so grateful, because you have a shoe in this world. Like, you have, like, that's a true blessing to be able to say that you can truly trust someone. I probably have one or two people that I know that if I'm really going through some shit, I can just call and vent and let you know, and I won't feel away. I do try to, like, I do not try to, but I do hold back, and I'll, like, formulate all of these thoughts and stuff, and, shoot myself in the foot a lot of times before I will actually reach out. But From the pattern of things more recently, I know that, one or two people I can just, let it out to them and they won't judge me or go and talk shit behind my back. And so I'm grateful for you. You know who you are. You're bomb. But those of you who I don't call and you feel like you have that role in my life or you should have that role in my life, think about that. Think about why I don't. Think about those invitations that have been pulled back both ways. Think about it. We could talk about it if you want to, but now you know why I do. I pull back because I don't trust you, and we got to do better. And if I don't trust you, I'm not going to trust you around my children. I'm not going to trust you around my business. I'm not going to trust you in my house. Like, I should not be able to I should not have to sage my house down when you leave out my door. Yeah. And it's crazy too how sometimes those are the people who should be closest to you. Yeah. You know who you are too. But I am taking all this in. Everything is a learning lesson to me, and it's all therapy for me to be here talking to you. I know that people can relate to it. That's why I'm talking to you. I don't know what's going to come of it. I don't know. I don't know where we're going, but we're going up. We're going further. We're going forward. We're going. But I don't know. I have a lot of foresight, but I don't know what this is going to end up being. But I'm here for it, and I hope that you will be here and watch and send me well wishes for me and mine. Because I'm sending them to you. I'm sending peace and love and all the light to every one of you, regardless. Even if I don't fuck with you. I guess that's all this whole thing was for me to let you know, like, I'm watching, I'm hearing, I'm listening, and we gotta do better. You heard it from me. Once again, thanks for joining me on this journey at the Goddess Honest Truth. Like, share, and subscribe, all that good stuff. Spread the word. You can get my book, my little baby memoir, on Amazon at Truth on Paper. A memoir. And you can follow me on Instagram as well at the same thing. Truth on Paper. A memoir. Hope to see you soon. Peace, love, and light. Ashe.